So if our music is inherently negative, it is only an indication of the negative mindset of the majority of people.
Okay.
Let's chase women, let's make money. It's how we generally feel.
Hello, welcome to the KWS Show. Our guest today is Segun Ayila, popularly known as Daboomsha. Daboomsha is a well-rounded figure in the arts and creative industry, from broadcasting to advertising, from business to entertainment law, Broadway musicals to writing and publishing. His musical works, collectively known as Daboomsha Kreatives, include the Mavericks EP, Rebel Music MixTape Volume 1 and 2, Peace God, and the Nostalgia, the EP. His stories and songs deals with contemporary issues, and he influences public opinions, especially within members of the urban Christian community. His self-published book, The Beautiful Struggle, is currently on sale on all platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Daboomsha to the KWS Show. Hi, bro.
Thank you very much, Shaddee. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's been a long time coming. I remember the last time we met and then we had a conversation. It was centered around dreams, but you have been able to turn things around within a short time. How has your story been like? So far, so good. How's the experience been like?
It's been an interesting journey.
Okay.
We've come a long way, like you rightly mentioned, and the truth is, success is a journey.
True.
So we're not there yet because you don't arrive, until you've arrived.
Amazing.
So, but it's the whole process has been interesting. You learn to enjoy every bit of the journey, the good, the bad, the ugly, the highs and the lows. And for me, it's been an interesting journey so far, and I'm loving it.
In your works, one thing that is very evident is the fact that you not only do music for music's sake, for entertaining people. It's more or less like you are a voice. What inspires that? What are you trying to achieve with those kind of music that you do?
So for me, I've always believed that you can't give what you don't have. So your art, the way you express yourself is an expression of who you are on the inside, the thoughts that motivate you, your principles, your perspective about life. All that is what you channel through whatever art form you're using. So the art forms are just channels, medium, or media you use to express what you have on the inside. So for me, I've always been bothered about the issues of life, about the welfare of people. So it's only natural that even in my artistic expression, it's geared towards impacting society, because that's the kind of person I am. And it also allows me to give other people the freedom. If all you want from life is yourself and you want to be happy, you want to party, you like women, naturally, that is how your music will go. And that's you. I have no problems with that.
So in other words, your music is your personality.
Exactly. It's you coming out. It's you being expressed through the music. That's what it is, basically.
Talking about music, do you think the society we are now, I mean, like with the rape, the violence, domestic violence, Black Lives Matter movement, and all of those things happening right now in our society, do you think music entertainment, the kind of content that come out or lyrics that come out through music, has an impact on that? Like, is it negative? Does it negatively impact people's lives?
Here's the thing. For me, every art form is neutral. It's like money. Money is neither good nor evil. But what human beings use money for, what we use our art for, is what determines its impact on society. So if you're a bad person and you're talented, you're going to make bad music. If you're a good person and you're talented, you make good music. And also, art is a reflection of society. It's the mirror which society uses to see itself. So if our music is inherently negative, it is only an indication of the negative mindset of the majority of people. You understand? Because the reason why it is popular is because many people agree that this is how I feel. Okay, let's chase women, let's make money. It's how we generally feel. That is why when we get music like that, it resonates with us. And that's why when music is inclined to be a bit preachy, preaches morals, it generally doesn't sell because it doesn't connect with the common mindset of people. That's how I see it.
It's really, really amazing for me. Because someone was on the show one time and the person said, music takes you to different levels. You know, you can be somewhere as a little child, or you know, you hear a particular kind of music, and then your mind is lifted.
Yes.
While you hear some kind of music and you feel so down. How can people begin to make impact, make statements with their music, especially lyrics?
Yes.
Looking at the lyrics of music, because there are a lot of lyrics out there.
Yes.
Even people have complained about it and they are tired of complaining.
Yes.
But the same people that are complaining are still the ones buying the music.
Exactly.
So if people want to do impactful music, especially lyrically, how can you begin to write songs lyrically that are beautiful?
I think the first thing you have to do is recognize that with great power comes great responsibility. Like, our art generally is meant to show the way for society. It's meant to take society from where it is to where it is supposed to be. Art is supposed to paint you a picture of a preferred future. It's supposed to give you a vision. So if you understand that as a storyteller, as an artist, what it will tell you is, okay, this is how society is. How do we want to stop racism? How do we want to stop rape culture? I have to first show them a rape-free world through my music. What are the things that fill people's minds with thoughts about sex that make them objectify women? I need to stop that and instead appreciate women in my music in a positive light. With that, what you're automatically doing is raising people from where they are to where they are supposed to be.
In the business of writing songs, some artists have been able to leave their footprints in the sands of time. Folks like the Two-Face Idibias, even the guy the one that just died now, Magic Fashek, Bob Marley, and the rest of them. While some other people do music, and after like a year, we don't hear about them. But some people will put it that music, the reason they do those kind of music is for the money. So if you want to do evergreen songs, how do you reconcile the fact that those songs might not make you money so much? How do you keep body and soul together going while doing those evergreen songs that probably might not make you as much as the other songs might make you? How do you keep body and soul going? You know, from a person that has experience.
Yes, for me, I feel like you need to identify your place of how do I put it? Your place of purpose and your place of income. You get what I mean? I feel like you need to identify where are my money sources. How do I make money without selling my soul? At the same time, how do I get to do what I love doing, even though it's not bringing monetary income, but it doesn't leave me homeless on the street? So you have to find a balance. Okay, if making timeless music will not fetch me money in the short term, what else can I do that will fetch me money in the short term while I pursue this long-term project? Is important. So the fact that you're doing timeless music is not an excuse to be poor or to live under the bridge, but it simply says, I need to find another way to make money, separate from music, because the kind of music I do is not the type that brings money right now. So you need to find that point, explore other means, get a side hustle, get money, get paid doing other things. There are other things you can do that does not require you on set with naked women. You know, that's how it is.
Let's talk about that, linking it to the business of writing. You have been able to do music, beside, like you said, identify another source of income that probably has put you on a particular level right now. The business of writing. What are the opportunities that are bound in the business of writing? Like, can you make a career out of it?
I believe you can. If you open your mind to the possibilities for profit, you know, through writing. And it starts with the understanding that writing is a means of communication. Simple. People need to communicate. Different ways of communicating, but it starts from scratch. It starts from writing out your ideas. And some people do not necessarily know how to articulate the thoughts they have in their minds on paper. So they need a dream translator like Joseph. That's where a writer comes in. Whether it's in a poem, is in a project proposal, whether it is in copy for advertising, whether it is for a play, you know, whether it is for a screenplay, whether it is for a jingle, a commercial. These are different ways, or something as simple as writing a CV. People get paid for it. Wow. The difference between the writer and the person who pays the writer is that the writer has the skill. He has the professional know-how. So he knows the right words to put together and how to present whatever it is the person that is paying him, you know, wants that thought or that idea to be expressed in. And once you can be that medium between the idea and reality, you get paid. So there are different avenues you can explore. Content creation, there are people that hit their heads against the table every morning because they are thinking of something meaningful to say and attach as a caption to that nice selfie.
And they can't with that
and if you can just offer yourself as that person who can translate your deep thoughts for you or create thoughts for you where you're lacking in one, you know, you strike gold.
For someone that has no knowledge about writing, it's just empty, like an empty slate, and wants to get into that business of writing, the career, how can that person start? What's the first step, and how can the person progress?
I think the first step is just like every other thing in life. It's a universal principle that to do something, you must observe somebody else do it. The same way a baby learns to walk by watching his parents walk, and then he tries walking. Same thing with writing. Read from good writers. Like, read stuff. Read a lot. Be a fan of good writing. Read books. So many books by good writers that the spirit jumps on you, so to say. It's the same thing. Even in music, how do you learn to play the piano? You watch good pianists play. It's the same thing, the bass guitar. You watch people play. And the more you watch it, the more it builds up inside of you. I can do this, I can do this. So the same thing with writing. Read as much as you can. Read so much that in your head you see verses. How did I start rapping? I started listening to Tupac and the likes. All I had to do was listen. I listened so much that I started believing I could do it. And then I eventually did it, you know. So, and then after having observed, you practice. Because I think what differentiates the good writers from the mediocre writers is how much work you put into the practice. There are some artists today that are afflicting us with music because they watched good artists so much that the belief came into them, but they did not go the extra mile of honing their skills to excellence. So it's not just, that's the foundation, that's the beginning. You read books, you watch other people write, you observe, but then you practice. You write and write and write. The more you write, the better it gets. It's that simple.
Been through a lot of tribulations in my lifetime. Moments I was stressing and I wasn't in my right mind. Dealing with the blows life dealt me on the blind side.
Is there any place for mentorship when it comes to writing?
Yes, there is. But of course, mentorship is on different levels. You don't need to have somebody babysitting you all day. People can mentor you from afar. For me, I believe more in modeling than mentoring, because mentoring for me requires proximity, it requires a lot of personal touch, attention, and a pouring of yourself into someone, which is hardly achievable when there's a distance. But there are very great writers that you never meet face to face. From the Ogilvies in advertising, the Steve Babeko that I met once in advertising, to our great the Agatha Christie's, the J.K. Rowling's. You might never meet them in person, but they can mentor you from afar. So observe, learn, practice. Observe, learn, practice.
Amazing,
That's how it
amazing. So let's talk about your new book, your book that is out now in the market. What's the core focus of the book? What is in it? If I'm to read it, what should I expect?
And The Beautiful Struggle is a collection of short stories. It actually started from a desire to just write stories that reflect what's happening in society on Facebook for my friends and contacts to read, you know, and learn a thing or two. You know, but I wrote so much that I saw enough material for a book, you know. So for me, it's a collection of, it ranges from different topics. And for me, it's more of it's like an allegory. You know, the way Animal Farm is representative of the socialist system or the communist system. In the same way, for me, it's a reflection of different issues in society. So you see different characters, animal characters, dogs, talking, other human beings that are representative of real life characters. So it's a collection of short stories based on real life scenarios.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's something you can relate with, the beautiful
amazing.
struggle.
Can writing change the face of Nigeria? Can writing help us build a better society? How can writing help us do
that's the key word. I don't think there is one art form that can do it alone, that can change it, but it can help. In changing Nigeria, every art form has a role to play.
Wow.
Writing is also a part of it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So if one is to write a song that would last for generations, what's the one secret for writing dope songs?
I wish I knew, Shaddee. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. All I know is write as you're inspired.
But what can you say to help people have that consciousness of writing dope songs?
Exactly.
That's a song that would probably turn out right.
That's where I was going to. Write as you're inspired. And don't forget, what inspires you is a function of your person, your ideals, your beliefs. What might inspire someone else might be different. I've seen some people do very obscene art, but it's art. And
art is
people appreciate it. You know, but for me, I'm not inspired by it. It's not something I would want to do, but he was inspired by something. So based on what inspires you, you can create great art. But for me, my advice is, whatever thing is true, whatever thing is of good report, whatever thing is positive, you know, let that inspire you. And let your thoughts dwell on those things. And you end up writing songs that are good and that are lasting. That's how I feel about it.
Daboomsha, this has been an awesome conversation.
My pleasure.
But before you go, I know you guys are on the tour, or we're on the tour.
Yeah, we were on the tour.
What's that plan about, and what should we expect from you guys from the nearest future?
The Elevator was born out of a desire to see Christ, the consciousness of Christ being made prominent in popular culture. We felt like we were young people of faith, talented creatives, and it had to come through in our music, and it had to be so real that the people who engage with our music can feel it and touch it. You know how Apostle Paul said, I come to you not with words of enticing human wisdom, but in the demonstration of the Spirit and power. So for us, it was beyond just disseminating music through the regular channels online, but actually bringing the message to the people. So we felt a need to have that human touch. So we reached out to our fan base in the north. We reached out to our fellow colleagues, co-laborers in the vineyard in the north, and said, you know what, let's link up one-on-one, face-to-face, and let's vibe. That vibration was necessary, and it was glorious. The vibration was real. People were touched, and we also felt a need to be the hands and feet of Jesus to those in need. So one arm of the Elevator was to reach out to the less privileged. So we had Project Hope, where we reached out in every city we went to, reached out to an orphanage. We took materials, because it's not enough to say you're hungry, be filled, but we also feed you. So we made sure that they were fed. We made sure we showed them love. We fellowshiped with them. We went to IDP camps, you know, in Jos. You know, so for us, it was about not just talking about it, be about it. Do it, you know, and that was it. We did it.
Did you have any form of support in doing all of this? Why would you want to embark on such projects?
Of course, we did. We had the biggest sponsor of all.
Amazing.
God. We had God. He sponsored the trip from beginning to end.
Really?
Frankly, all we had was a flight ticket to Abuja. None of us knew how we were going to come back. We just went in faith, trusting that we had friends and people had placed people in positions, and God had placed people in positions to provide for us. And He did.
Wow. I am so sure that whatever we do are seeds. And there is the time for harvest.
True.
So I believe so much that there's definitely going to be harvest for all of these things and all of these efforts you're putting into make life better. But before you go, Daboomsha, you are married.
Yes, I am.
By God's grace, I will soon be married. What is one key to having a successful relationship? What is that one thing for young people out there, boys, girls?
Yeah.
What is that thing you can leave for them?
I'll say it's understanding. You're not perfect, your partner is not perfect. There's a lot underneath that nobody knows. Even you yourself, you surprise yourself in marriage. Marriage is a revealer. So get ready to deal with a lot of mess.
Okay.
And be a forgiver. Know that, look, I get scoring. My wife or my husband gets scoring. Sometimes she go display, sometimes I go display.
True.
Understanding, you get, myself I get. The cocoa be saying, more no display at the same time. Show your own small. I don't know, say, okay, you don't show your own. Me, I go calm down. When you don't do your own finish, you go settle. Some days, me too, I go display. You say, okay, you don't start your own. So once you guys can understand yourselves, knowing that you're not perfect, it's easier to forgive.
I like how you make it real. You make it real. There are no fantasies to it. It's a real life.
There's no happily forever after. You work it out. I go work them out. But it's important you are committed.
True.
The difference between dating and marriage is there's no I no do again.
You are not going anywhere.
There's no I no do again. Unless your life is under threat or you're a victim of domestic abuse. Under those are extraordinary. But apart from that, be committed. When we die here, we die.
Amazing. Daboomsha, thank you so much.
Thank you for
having
me.
The conversation.
Yeah.
I know it's been an eye opener for those of you out there wanting to be writers, wanting to be great music maestros or luminaries. You just heard one from the horse's mouth. And I know the journey is not easy, but you can start from somewhere and make something proud and beautiful out of your life. Daboomsha, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having
me. I really appreciate this.
Yes, sir.
We look forward to having more and more and more of you.
Amen to that.
Amazing. All right, guys, thank you for being a part of this one. Till we come your way again, same time, same station. You can connect with us on all your social media platforms, on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We are there. We definitely would get in touch with you and have a conversation with you. And also, you can also connect with Daboomsha. You can link up with him. He's also an entertainment lawyer.
Yep.
For those of you that want to get your act right in the entertainment business, Daboomsha is there for you. You can contact him via the details on your screen, and definitely he will get in touch with you. Thank you for being a part of this one. Till we come your way again, have an amazing one. God bless you. Daboomsha.
Awesome.